I went on the Graviers in early 2000s, about 2003 I believe, and at the time there was 8 or 9 really big fish in there that Luke called the Faces. I had my heart set on catching any one of those fish. Unbelievably, after 8 or 9 years, I'd caught all the big fish apart from one, the big linear. And the big linear, if truth were known, was the one that I had my heart set on when I went on there. Above where the bait freezers are at the Graviers, there was a picture board, and there was a guy on there with the big linear, and every time I went to the freezer, every time I went to the toilet, I would look at this picture of the linear and dream of catching it. But it was a fish that very rarely got caught. I studied the captures of this fish. I looked if there was any pattern. There was very little pattern at all. It tended to not come over a lot of bait. It tended to come on plastic bait. It got caught on maggots once. I racked my brains as to what I could do to stack the odds in my favour. And I came to the conclusion that the only real way to catch the linear was to get lucky. In fact, the capture of the big linear is documented in the chapter of a book that I'm currently writing. And the title of that first chapter is Attempting to Get Lucky, because I couldn't see any other way of catching it. There are certain big fish where you can plot the downfall. You can look at the history, you can look at the time of year they've been caught, you can look at what baits they've been caught on. With the linear there was no pattern at all, so I saw no way around it other than just plugging away and hoping to get lucky.